Yo, Jackson here. Welcome back to the daily endeavors for the 12th of March. We've got a 15 seal set. As always, timestamps in the description if you want to skip past and get to one that you're stuck on. We've got insects or arachnids. We've got 10 resources from the world. We've got 150 Tel Var. We've got updating an Outfet. We've got escaping from guards one time. Pretty good set. This one here, there is one way to do it super fast, but it's a fair bit of a setup, and why would you go through all that setup when you could just do these ones here? They don't require much setup. Yeah, easy to do, and yeah, there's not much investment in them anyway. So yeah, I'll go through these four. So Outfet one time. This one's super duper quick. Find an Outfet station. There's one here in Vocal Guard. Probably the quickest one in the game to get to would be in Ebonheart. You got the Way Shrine right here, and then you've got one pretty much right here. Find an Outfet station. There's the two ways I would suggest doing this. The free way is if you've got the hide helmet slot option, put that on, or if you've got it on now, it's even better. You go clear slot, and what that does is, even though it says it costs 50 gold, it doesn't actually cost any gold, as you can see here. So you apply that, it works for the endeavor, and then you just go hide helmet. That also costs 0 gold, so that's just the way to do it for free. Now, if you don't want to change like a style of helmet that you've got on, the best way after that is just to get any dye in the game, or just go clear color. So in this case, I'll just go this one here. Like, I'll just clear that and just accept that. It'll cost a little bit of gold, and then you just go whatever it was before. It's only 100 gold, you know. That's fuck all. You can make that from like one writ, right? So very easy to get that much gold quickly. So those are the two ways I would suggest for Outfit. You can change yourself up, but yeah, those are the simple ways to do it. Escaping from guards one time. I would advise, this is really easy to do. I would advise you do it last though, because that way, when you've done your endeavors, you're probably going to log off or just do something else for a while. What will happen is you get a bounty from doing this. There's no way outside of that, because you need to go to a guard with a bounty and escape them. Because if you just attack them and run away, that won't count. Your character has to do this emote here. When they do that and you get into a dialogue with the guard and you say, I won't pay my bounty, that's the only way to actually escape from them. If they become immediately hostile, it won't count. It's a bit bizarre, but that's the only way it works. So you will have a bounty with this. So that's why I suggest you do it last, because you can do all the other stuff if you want. And if you end up going around to an area with guards, it will mean that you just don't have to deal with them in these cases. But I'm just going to do it now, because this is definitely the second easiest one. So my advice for this is, because it's right next to Way Shrine, Vocal Guard, you start with this one by default. Now what you want to do, firstly, go settings, gameplay, turn off prevent stealing placed items. Because if you have that on, it won't allow you to take one of these. Take one of these great swords, it'll give you a bounty. But the bounty won't be high enough for the guards to immediately attack you. They will pull you up for it, as you can see. And you just go, I won't pay the bounty, flee. And you just run away. So they will hold you in place. So if you stop moving, TLDR, just break free and roll dodge. They're the only two things you need to do, because they're the only two ways that you can stop moving. Either you can be stunned, in which case you just break free, and talons, which you can just roll dodge. So as long as you spam those two over and over, like when you stop moving, that will be it. And just carry a basic self heal. Vigor is like all you need to get away from them. Guards are not difficult to get away from. So yeah, that's all I would really suggest there. I mean, you can hit them with like a healing offensive skill too, if you really want to make sure you get healed up, but I believe that will also increase the bounty. Now, this amount of bounty, I don't have any passives, but if you look at the bottom right there, you can see you've got ice cream, then we've got the bounty timer. So it's about 37 minutes, right? So if I just go and have lunch or some shit, that will be gone by that point. So yeah, that's why I suggest you do it last, because do your endeavors and then just go do something else or go to bed, and the bounty will be gone by the time you come back, I would say. Alright, so I might as well talk about resources from the world while I'm here, because one of the methods for getting spiders or arachnids is to go to this place here. So Blackrock Isle. So there's spiders here in Hunter's Camp. I'll link the location in the description if you want to look it up yourself. This place has frostbite spiders. Easiest way to get here, either the Bleakrock Wayshrine, if you started a character with Ebonheart Pact, you might not have it unlocked. Sometimes they're not unlocked, it's a bit weird. But if you don't have it unlocked, Stonefalls, Davon's Watch Docks, over here, Liesel. This, it's like a blonde Nord lady. She will take you to Bleakrock Isle. So just talk to her, you'll get taken either to the town itself, or you use the Wayshrine, and immediately you'll be able to look around and you'll see some stuff. By the way, Fallen Banners, supposedly they changed all the graphics of all the trees. They do look a little better, but I mean, you can see here, like, you got a bloody X tree here. So, you know, they tried their best, I suppose. Yeah, I can definitely see some of the textures are definitely better, but it does definitely still look like a place from 2014. Right, so over here, Hunter's Camp, there will be frostbite spiders all over the place. So while you're here, just look for all the stuff, all the resources you can find. Now, I do have a cheat sheet for resources. Here it is here. Oh, what the fuck? What just happened? So these are the things that do work. Furrier's traps, they're from surveys. You can only get these from surveys, even though they are, like, not technically... I guess they are resources from the world. Herbalist Satchels, Scrapwood, and Torn Cloth. These are only in, like, specific zones. Blackreach in Western Skyrim, for example. The Deadlands, Apocrypha, those are the kind of zones where you'll find these. You won't find them in, like, majority of the normal zones. They're only in, like, underground or Daedric areas. And then, yeah, everything else here. So the only things that don't work, chests, Thieves Troves, which also count as chests, and then you get wasps, butterflies, and torchbugs. Even if you get, like, torchbug thoraxes or butterfly wings, they don't count for this endeavor, sadly. So you also got containers, you know, things like boxes, the swords on racks and stuff, they don't actually work. As you can see, I stole the sword from that rack and it didn't count, so... The only things I'm not sure about are Psijic Portals. They are so rare you probably won't find any anyway, but if you do, I'd love to know if they work, because I have not actually had this endeavor and been able to see one before. So yeah, I'd love to know. Lost Imperial Notes, these are only found in Cyrodiil, and I've never seen one myself, but supposedly these are what the recipes for the war torts come from. They're going to be so rare, and like, this is not something I would try and... Cyrodiil is not really a place I would harvest resources from anyway, but, you know, worth a mention, I suppose. Alright, so I'll make sure this is in the description as well. And, yeah, I'll probably make, like, a proper, like, flashy image with all the stuff on it as well, in the future. All in due time. But yeah, that'll at least be in the description for you. And also worth noting is surveys. So with surveys, there's 6 nodes, and all of these surveys have things that you can harvest from the world. So 6 nodes, a single survey will get you over halfway through this, which is great. So you want an easy way to do these? If you've got 2... Now, if you've only got 1 or 2 surveys left, I would still hold on to them, because of whenever these survey endeavors come up. Because if you have surveys for those, they're generally easy endeavors, especially when you get like shit options like capture a town instead. But if you got like lots, just fucking go nuts. That is when I would definitely use some of your surveys, when you get these resources from the world ones to make it a lot quicker. If you want an easy way to get surveys, like to find them on the map, there's an add-on. Oh yeah, look at that, it's slowly going down. So, Lost Treasure. It was broken for a couple of, like for a day after the new patch came out, but now they've fixed it, so you'll be able to use this add-on to find surveys in the zones easily. For example, Craglorn 3, if I go to Craglorn, as you can see, Blacksmith Survey, Jewelry Crafting Survey, so easy to find in those cases. And I will mention, if you just want to do the resources from the world, Craglorn is an amazing zone for this. As you can see, there are fucking resources everywhere. Like, you look at this area here, there's like 6 blacksmith nodes like right there. And like there's this area here where if you go up Dragonstar Wayshrine, you go up towards Dragonstar Arena, and there's just shit everywhere. I find sometimes you can get really lucky and there's just everything here ready for the picking. It will depend on player traffic though. If you're on at prime time, you're going to struggle more with this than in other cases. And if you've got surveys in that case, you're probably better off doing that. But if it's like low population time, you'll probably have a lot more luck using places like Craglorn. Also worth pointing out with Craglorn is, I don't know if I have any on me. Oh, I do. So Nurkrux, you get these from Craglorn. This is why I also suggest Craglorn. Any of So the only things that work for this are these four here. These are the only ones that actually give you no crux. All this other shit doesn't. Yeah, it's a bit weird, but people have done this to death, and I can confirm I've never ever gotten one of these from any of those nodes. But fortified gnome crux, and especially potent gnome crux, these sell for a fuck ton, so you can make a lot of money or use these for yourself for researching and whatnot for yourself if you want to. But yeah, just mentioning all that out of the way first, and I will show you. Yeah, I'll show you spiders now. So with regards to insects or arachnids, I will give you spider and then arachnophobia options too. So spiders here, just yeah, arachnophobia warning. You've got these frostbite spiders, they're all over the place. Now you need 10. So people, especially on prime time, as I said before, people will probably come through here and kill all these things quite quickly. But as you can see, you've got these things here, you just kill these guys, and 10 of those will get you your stuff. Now, even if you get spider eggs from these guys, they don't count as resources from the world. It's always been annoying to me. But yeah, you can't actually, those don't count, sadly, so you can't use those either. They're basically insects, again. Are spiders considered insects, or is arachnophobia in a completely different scientific category? I'm not sure. Like, in general, they are like insects, technically, I suppose. The best option, I think, for spiders is going to be Spindleclutch I. It is a pain in the ass getting here. I'll see if I can find a house that's relatively nearby. I think in Hagfen there is a house near. I'll have a look. Let me look it up. Yeah, that's top. Right here, there is a house. It is called this house here. This one is located right here. So take, if you haven't got Spindleclutch I yet, take the Coven Cottage right here, just leave, and it will take you right here, and you just go slightly north, and Spindleclutch will be right there for you. So you want to go Spindleclutch I, put spiders in this room here, and if that's not enough, there's more spiders in the next few areas here. There's a boss over here. You can fight it if you want, but you don't have to usually. This stuff here will be enough. So yeah, easily spiders available there. And the reason I suggest Spindleclutch, even though the spiders are a little bit more tanky and do more damage than the ones outside, this area, instance areas, right? So I talk a lot about these, but they're so good for endeavors. No matter what's going on outside, no matter what other players are doing, when they come into this dungeon, unless they're in the same group as you, they get a different version of this place. So what that'll mean is they can go through and kill everything, and it won't matter for you. You can get in here on your own, these spiders will always be here ready to go, and it just means you spend less time doing other stuff. So yeah, perfect way to get the spiders one done. Now let me go through some arachnophobia options. Okay, next up, we'll talk about Senie. You've got Shalks here. These are considered to be insects, or, I mean, yeah, insects, right? So yeah, you can kill them. So there's a lot of Shalks, and there's also some Kwama on the other end of Senie. So this area here is full of stuff. So just come through, you'll basically come here, you'll look left, there's insects, you'll look right, there's insects everywhere. So kill those for a while. Again, though, this is an area that other people will tend to do the same thing. You've also got Strife from Hive right here. It's not enough, though, for 10. It's 7, and then the boss is 8. And the boss has got a lot of health, so you don't really want to fight the boss anyway. But what you can do as well is kill a couple of these Shalks and then run up there, just check if there's 7, if the boss is up. You'll know if there's a couple of regular Kwama like workers. There might be warriors up still, but usually the case of this place, yeah, as you can see, someone's killing the, oh yeah, the warriors are up now, or the brutes. So after those 3, the boss will come up. So there'll be 4 of the little ones, 3 of the bigger ones, and then the boss. But as you can see, again, that's why I suggest instance places as much as you can, because that player has just stopped me from being able to do that quickly, so yeah, I'm kind of stuck using other methods now. Alright, so let me, in this case, go through the instance versions of arachnophobic options. So Darkshade Caverns is where you want to go. 1 and 2, they both work. 1 will require a little bit of running through to find them. Darkshade 1, there's a group of humanoid enemies here. So you can either invis past them, or just pull them with you, and either just fight them all at the same spot, or let yourself die, and then just respawn and go through here. So we've got this small group of humanoids here as well. And then after that, you've got a big swarm of Kwama down here. So these little ones are not hostile, but the big ones are. And if the big ones see you, the rest of the little yellow outline ones will aggro. So there's a big clump here. I think that's like 8 in total. But have no fear, because you've got this group here. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh yeah, there's 10 here. But even if that's not enough, there's another clump of them over there. So you've got heaps in here, you've also got more there. So you've got plenty of stuff in here that you can kill for the Endeavor here. Alright, so when it comes to Darkshade 2, the amount of Kwama that you get, like, immediately, I think there's 7 or 8. But there's more after this. Now, these Kwama are very tough, so you need to be... You want to bring something quite tough to fight them. As you can see, there's a big clump here. So, yeah, just keep healing. As you can see, they do quite a bit of damage. It's an old dungeon, and you know it's on normal, but yeah, still, it's not the easiest thing in the world. So yeah, there's quite a few there. And in these rooms, there are humans as well. But if you keep coming through here, it's the same thing. If you just move past these... Come on. So yeah, you've also got a boss there, just be a bit careful. But if you get here, there's another big group of Kwama that come through here. So I would still say you use Darkshade 1, because the Kwama are definitely a lot weaker. But yeah, it's up to you. If you like a little bit more excitement, I suppose you can do this one. Alright, so the only way I would suggest doing this, you need to be you need a lot of setup for this. So firstly, you want to go to your bank and pull out all the Tel Var that you have up to 10,000. So I don't have 10,000 yet, but as you can see at the bottom right there, so 5,000 Tel Var gives me a 3 times multiplier. So anything that I kill in this place will give me 3 times the value that it normally would. So that will triple the speed at which killing stuff gives you the Tel Var. Then you want to look here. This is where it matters the most, I think. So each of these districts here, if they are owned by your faction, they give you a plus 33% Tel Var bonus for everything. So if your faction owns all 6, you get a 33% times 6. That's what? 6, like nearly a 200% bonus to your Tel Var. So with 10,000 Tel Var on you, with a 4 times multiplier and the bonuses from the districts, that's like 5.5 times the Tel Var that you normally get. So that means basically 150 Tel Var, you kill 1 Ogrim upstairs, and I'd only suggest doing this upstairs using these. I go to the arena district, and I sit on the tower, and I'd be an absolute fucking bitch-ass coward, and never go down there, because the issue is, if you die, you lose half your Tel Var, and a player will get way richer off you, so I've got a lot of pride, I don't really want to do that. So I sit on top of the tower, wait for the Dremora and the Ogrims, or like tier 1 enemies like the Ice Atronachs or the Zivkin to spawn. I kill them as quick as I can. Use like a high damage, like proc set sort of build. Maybe go a bit more health just in case a ganker comes through to try and hit you. In that case, just block and fucking heal like crazy and retreat into the middle of the fucking tower if you can, because they can do a lot of damage. But that can save your life if you do it quick enough. And just remember, healing is also halved in this place. So, yeah, you need to do a lot of healing. But you can deal tons of damage to an Ogrim super quick. Takes like a couple of seconds if you have a proper build. I use 2 things. I use Shattered Fate for massive offensive pen, and then I also use... You could just use Orders Wrath too. Orders Wrath's fine. The other one I use is Way of Fire. Though it's been nerfed now, it used to be weapon skills, now it's lighter heavy attacks. You can still use it just fine though. So I snipe, I use the snipe bow skill, and then I just use light attacks in between. And you can do a lot of damage to things like Ogrims that way. But you know, you can do other things. You can use like for a Nightblade, you know, you can use a range build like Scholar Soul and shit like that, and Grim Focus. But yeah, it's up to you. But yeah, that's the only way I would suggest doing this, because otherwise it just takes fucking forever getting enough Tel Var to do this. Whereas you could just do these 3 options here and just it'd be so much quicker. The only other thing I will say is coffers. These here, they have Tel Var in them. Let me just log over and just make sure it still works, but the last time I checked it, it does work. I should have some Tel Var on another character though. This is the only other time I would do this one, and in that case you can do it very, very fast as well. But it does require some setting up first. Here we go. We've got consumables, we've got containers. I've got a light Tel Var Satchel here. So these you get from completing the daily quest in the Imperial City district. For example, in that arena district I was looking at, there's a lady you can talk to. She gives you a quest where you can sit at that tower and basically just AFK in like a corner, and just people come through and get the prisoners. You can kill the Dremora as well from up top, and that will also free them. You can do stuff like that, and again, you can just do that from up top the tower, or you can just go down there when you don't have Tel Var on you and do it that way. So you get these Tel Var Satchels, claim these. As you can see, yeah, so that works too. So you can do that. So that also works for the Pelennors boomboxes here. God damn it, that's my chat add-on, sorry about that. So these Pelennor boomboxes here, these also have Tel Var Stones in them, and you can use that too to get this one done. So do consider that as well. But again, wouldn't really bother with this one. I think these ones, for no setup as well, is just really easy. I mean, there is a little bit of a setup for the instance areas, but I assume most people have access to those dungeons anyway. Alright, any other questions? Let me know. Fucking shut up. Thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for your support as always. I will see you next time, and take care.